You're listening to Anthony.
Is there any high school moment that, because I know I've been at local bars where you walk in and you see that guy that was on the football team in high school. He still wears the jacket, and like that was
button it anymore.
Yeah, just a mess. Or you see him. There was one guy, and he was the big jock in high school. And I was pulling my truck into a car wash, and he was taking my ticket and saying, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Oh, I'll have the Supreme." And I was like, "That's the guy! Holy shit! He's the guy that was the guy." And he wasn't even like he owned the place.
Of your high school.
Yeah. The cheerleaders were all over this guy, and we used to look at the cheerleaders like it was a crime, like we were peeping toms that could be arrested for looking at them. That's how low on the totem pole me and my friends were. We were the pot smoking army jacket guys. No matter, every day it was the same thing: jeans, a t-shirt, and an army jacket. And we just kind of messed up hair, walking around stoned all the time.
The burnouts. We were part of a group. I was in that fucking just generic drones. You weren't popular, but you weren't a total fucking nerd. You weren't a burnout.
Yeah.
You were just that fucking just Levi's in a flannel. You just blend in. You're like background guy. You're like the audience member to cheer on at the football game. That's all you were. Just background. I was an extra in high school.
But you could probably I knew I had some crossover potential because I was funny, and that kind of works. That goes a long way, especially in high school. But no, I was part of the burnout crew, and this guy was all the cheerleaders, and me and Joe Curry and stuff used to peek around the corner, watch cheerleader practice, and we were just in love with these girls. And there I was, I pull up, and it wasn't even like he was the guy that owns, because if he owned the car wash, that would still be okay. All right, you're the owner. You're just, putting in some sweat equity today. No, he was just the guy that kind of, all right, give him the number 3. Ooh, how the mighty have fallen. And I wonder, because I didn't say anything, but I wonder if he even recognized me because I was such a non-entity to those people. Weren't you the burnout guy?
Yeah, you're not both sugaring. Who we got on the phone and stuff? I got to put my headphones on. Hold on. What?
Hey guys, I love the show. Bill, you're great. I just want to say the reason this is the dweebs, their prophecy's coming true. That you make fun of us now, one day you're going to be working for us. The guys who will pick last, they're the guys now who are the teachers and the coaches. But also, just as long as I'm on the line, I'm an aspiring radio host. If I can get a quick plug-in for my podcast, we're still on iTunes with Inappropriate Guys. If you want to get it,
I like him. He's got a Micah and a Mad Dog delivery.
Yeah, it's nice. I'm sitting in my basement, with my mom's basement, talking about six of my friends.
Mom, please stop calling me. Mom! I'm not the Lord. I have to do this now.
I see the awful, terrible things in my life and turn it into something funny.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
His podcast in the basement. Do you have cardboard cutouts of celebrities in a set?
There's a little Photoshop picture of me with you guys.
Put your hand around the back of our cardboard head and tap our head.
Thanks a lot, guys.
A lot of people doing the podcast now. There are a few celebrities now popping up because of this.
What exactly is that for the technically
What
challenge?
You do is you get a camera, the video camera, because it's all video podcasts now. The audio podcasts are a thing of the past. Yeah, that's nothing. So you get a video camera, you get a room, and you get a buddy and some alcohol or something. I don't know. You could do anything. You could just tape it. Whatever content it is, then you put it up on the internet in downloadable form for the iPods. So then people can then listen and watch you on their iPod after they download it, and they download a little show. Some of them are just 5 minutes. I know there's one show, is this guy, he's got volumes of 5-minute little helpers for Photoshop. So if you're into doing Photoshop, he gives you little pointers and tips on using the Photoshop program. And then there was one I watched the other day. It was kind of funny. It was these two guys that do tech talk with laptops on their lap on a couch in someone's house, but they drink during the whole thing. So as it's going on, they're getting more drunk and more drunk, and that was kind of funny. And there's just I mean, thousands of these things out there.
Wait. I'm the star of this podcast. Let's go to a phone call.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I remember Anthony in high school with the green army coat.
Where did you go?
John Glenn, 1980.
And you remember me?
Oh, I remember you clearly, because I was friends with Joe Curry and Frank Bush.
What's your last name?
Guy.
Oh, yeah, okay. I remember your name popping up.
Big, tall guy, blonde hair. I used to play football. I was kind of like half burnout, half sports guy.
Yeah, there were those guys, too, the crossover sports guy burnouts.
The guys forced into athletics by their dad.
Yeah, but just want to hang out and smoke pot.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy those days. All I remember clearly was you guys hanging on that back door.
Yeah, we used to hang out.
Always hearing your voice. I forgot you guys Mark something, but you used to yell Bombers.
No, we used to smoke joints at the back door. Yeah, because that was kind of the place where you would go. That was kind of safe, almost.
Yeah, around the boat. Not so much that. We used to go on our cars, right?
Yeah, and once we were old enough and all had cars, you'd just go out to the pizza place and smoke. But there was one time I was smoking a joint. I was smoking a joint out back, and it was by the gymnasium doors, and Coach Cirillo came out, and he goes, "What are you doing?" And I just took a big, massive hit, and I just went like, "Nothing," trying to like hold it in, and he goes, "Nothing, huh?" Takes his big, meaty finger and stabs it into my gut, and I just went, and exhaled this big cloud of pot smoke into his face. Boof, down to the office. I was constantly in trouble.
What was his name?
Cirillo.
You just can't make up names like this. It's just like he was script, and you just can't come up with
this guy thought he was military. You'd walk in, toes on the line, count off, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah,
7. What are you doing? You're not counting off. It's 1, 2, 3. What? It's gym class, you idiot.
Yeah.
We are Gil Lilienthal. And this guy, if he caught you smoking, you got a choice. He would report you or one punch. You'd go into his office and he would punch you once.
You know he's hoping you're taking the punch.
Oh, the people that took the punch were like legends. They were legendary. And
we had a gym coach, Mr. Cafaso, and he had that. I swear to God, his finger was made out of iron. And you were like in 5th grade, and you'd fuck up jumping jacks, and he'd come over and he'd be jabbing. You'd see it coming through the back of the dude's shirt in front of you as he's sitting there jabbing it through your little rib cage.
Hey, Eddie.
Yeah.
What do you do these days?
Telecommunications. I started doing phone systems back when I graduated.
Yeah.
And I've been doing it ever since. I've been like a loyal fan of you guys from like day one, even early Nancy on BAB, being a homegrown boy here.
Dude, I did shit in high school, and look where I am now.
Yeah, same thing here. I've done really, really well. But the bottom line is just those memories will always be those memories,
Yeah, that's true.
One of these days, I'd love to hook up with all those guys again, even especially Joe. I haven't seen Joe since the day I left the school.
Joe Curry, he's doing good. He's doing stand-up. He's out on Long Island doing stand-up. Frank Bush moved down south. He's a fucking hillbilly.
Yeah.
And it's about all I keep tabs on these days. Everybody else, I don't know. I see him at the car wash occasionally.
There's a phone. Get the active phone call.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Habil. What's up, brother?
Not much, man. And do you remember when Lilienthal purchased that bar on Lockfield Road?
Yep. Yeah, the gym teacher that bought a bar. Bought a bar out on Lockfield Road, and we always used to end up going down there drinking.
Well, drinking, we played there, but the deal was that Joe and I and Alex, we cut out of gym like 11th and 12th grade. And the deal was whoever had to make it up had to go twice a day, and one of those times they had to run around the track for the whole 45 minutes.
Yep.
Or you weren't going to graduate.
I was that guy.
He opens up this bar and says, "You got a band? You're playing at my bar."
Gym teacher.
Right? So we used to play from like 8 o'clock at night to like 4:30 in the morning. This guy throwing ice at us, totally degrading us, but we passed.
It was during school. Imagine the controversy that would happen. Like, this guy would be arrested. It's students being used as labor in his bar to pass his class.
Yeah, he paid us like nothing. I think, and you were a roadie then.
Yep.
I would give Anthony like, $6.
Yeah.
For my
some of the shit that they could get away with. I think I told this story before. I had a guy, he was like the like a history teacher / football coach, the trainer. And I pissed him off, and it was during football season, so he didn't have time to detain me. So he took me down to the gym and locked me in his office, just locked the door with the lights out.
That couldn't happen.
And it's just, it's like, it was so before, like, everybody was lawsuit crazy. I could have owned that guy, just like, dude, what if there was a fire?
Yeah, I'd be dead.
I want A's for the rest of the year, and I'm not showing up, and I didn't know, and I just took the humiliation.
Yeah, take the humiliation.
Yeah.
This guy used to torture the kids. He used to make us hold down this kid. He looked like Eddie Munster. I forget his name. But he would draw a bullseye on his face and then take the magic marker and wing it at his face.
That's funny. You know what's funny? He's like, I don't remember his name. I bet that kid remembers all of your names. He probably has them written on his bedroom wall.
Every single one of them.
He's cleaning that gun scope.
Lilienthal finally got fired over that. I think he hit Tommy Slater over the head with a pipe.
Well, he had him in a headlock, and he had one of those for the small dumbbells.
Right, it was a small dumbbell bar.
Right, and he used to give me noogies if he caught me smoking in the bathroom, but he just lightly tapped the kid on the head, and it cracked his skull.
Yeah, lightly tapped from Lilienthal. The guy's arms are like friggin' holiday hams.
Yeah, he probably knew exactly where to hit him.
Yeah, tapped his head with one of those things, cracked his skull.
Like a hard-boiled egg.
Yeah, a little pink, and that was the last we saw of Gil Lilienthal. Even back then, that was over the line.
There were these two black guys, Otto and Stephen Cradle. All right, and for some reason, he just didn't like them.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Yeah, right? But he used to get these guys in full Nelsons and, like, squeeze until their shoulder blades are ready to pop out of the skin, and then take them and throw them over the lockers in the gym locker room.
The guy was a brutal, sadistic son of a bitch, and he was working for the school system in Elwood.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Bill, thanks for the memories, man.
There's plenty more where that came from, brother.
I'll set up another poker game.
You got it, man. Let's do it.
I did.
I'll take your money.
Yeah, like you did last time, you bastard. Later, man.
Yeah.
I didn't graduate because of gym class. I just gave up. I was the guy that had to go twice a day. Normally, you had to go every other day. I had to go twice a day.
Just picture him trying to climb the rope.
Because I didn't care. And it wasn't even climbing the rope. I was able to pass the physical fitness test with the pull-ups and everything. It wasn't that I couldn't do anything. I just couldn't be bothered. I hated it. I hated the whole, I have to change in the middle of the day. I put my clothes on in the morning. That's it. I don't want to change. So I was the guy like with the jeans and the T-shirt.
Always forgot his gym stuff. You know that guy?
That was the guy.
Brought your gym stuff in the big brown grocery bag that's all wrinkled up.
It never got washed. It would just stayed like in the locker, and I would just say, I left it at home. All right. I had one gym teacher that I came in, and this wasn't even high school. This was like elementary school. And my hair went through a stage. I have pictures of it where I didn't know what the hell to do. I had straight, like light brown, if not blonde hair up until maybe 3rd or 4th grade, somewhere around there. And then it got darker, and I got this swooping wave in the front, and the back started curling up. And then a couple of years later, it was just a curly mess that I had no clue what to do with. And this gym teacher, he comes up to me, and he was like this big, burly guy. He had his hands on his hips, and he bends over and looks down at me, and he goes, "Look at the way you groom yourself, man." And I was like, what do you even mean by that? Like, I didn't know, I didn't understand.
He meant we lost the Vietnam War.
I think that's what was bugging him.
And what is wrong with this
He was disgusted.
new wave of youngsters coming up?
He was disgusted by me and my hair. And he was like, "Look at the way you groom yourself, man."
Hold on, Ant. I'm going to go to the phones.
Hey, what's up, boys? I've got to be honest with you, though. These kids' sports, I'm telling you, we got, I'm a Little League coach, right? And we got kids on the team. They're only allowed to play one position for 2 innings. Then you got to take them out. So you got the best pitcher in the league. He goes up there, throws 18 pitches, strikes out 6 kids, and you got to bench him. How do you get a kid fired up about anything when they start to excel and you go, "Okay, that's it, you're done. Thanks for your contribution"?
That's what you got to do. You got to see what they're good at, and the only way to do that is to let them be their best
against one another,
and pit them against one another, so they have a base to look at. This guy sucks. this guy's great. And if you fall somewhere in between, you're, mediocre. If some kid is great, then you know he should pursue this. You don't want to give this kid false dreams if he sucks.
Yeah. And then it kills that
you're
moment.
treating him just like the guy that is great.
And then it kills that moment in his life when he finally finds, like, shit, I'm actually good at something.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got it bled out of him when he was 9.
Unbelievable.
You're listening to Anthony.